Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 13.5. The chapter which we are related with is leverage and capital structure. Specifically, we are concerning with break-even analysis. Since we have started this book, and as you know that it's chapter 13, and this chapter is considered to be very important in terms of manufacturing concern, where we used to calculate leverage, where we used to calculate break-even analysis, where we are calculating several other factors beside it. Look over here, this is chapter 13. Question number is in front of you. We are at question number 5. And secondly, please note it down that it's leverage and capital structure. While book name is Manager of Finance by Lawrence Gitman. Question is little short today, and you are asked just to calculate the break-even point. And since break-even point is in your reach, you have already solved it, but it's a practical problem. These are not just the amounts, it's practical understanding how to use this break-even point in different scenarios. A person in 2008 had a Cadillac, it's a car name, that he wants to update with a Go tracker device, a tracker he wants to purchase in access so that he can have access to the road maps and direction. Aftermarket equipment can be fitted flat fee. It means no matter what is happening, you will have to pay $500, and when you will pay this, it would not be altered, so this 500 would be considered as your fixed cost. Service provider requires monthly charges. It means if you are using this equipment for 1 month, $20, for 2 months, $40, for 3 months, $60. So more the months you will use this device, more will be your cost. So cost is altering according to time period. It means it is variating, and finally we will decide it as a variable cost. So this is variable cost per month. This is fixed cost 500. In his line of work as traveling salesman, kindly keep it in mind, no matter how many months he is using this tracker, this cost will not be altered. Even for single month, this cost would be 500, and for 12 months, for 16 months, for 18 months, for 20 months, this cost would not be altered. That is why we have fixed it. We have made it as our fixed cost. In his line of work as traveling salesman, obviously it would be very helpful for that particular driver, Paul. Why? Because with the help of this device, he can save his mileage, he can save his time. And same is been described over here. He estimates that his device can save him time and money about $35 per month. So if he's spending $20 a month, he will save $35 a month as the price of gas keeps increasing. Okay, what question is willing us to do? In order to determine financial feasibility, that means financial feasibility means whether this amount 500 which he had invested once in a life, and each month he is paying $20, so whether it is feasible or not, favorable or not. Sometimes it happens you invest in any equipment, but that equipment is not favorable, that equipment would not prove a profitable decision. So we are required to determine whether it is profitable or not. Paul wants to determine the number of months it will take to the break even. Okay, so we want to know how many months this tracker will take to reach at break even point. Simple understanding is he had invested $500, and under this requirement we will come to know that how many months would it take to get $500 back. Okay, and then he plans to keep the car for another 3 years. So simple is this, we are going to calculate our break even point in terms of units. Kindly keep it in mind, it's in units. How would you calculate? You need to have your fixed cost and we'll divide it with cm per unit. Please understand, units over here are not number of products. Units over here are months. So please keep it in mind. In this way, you will feel easy to calculate your break-even point. Under this, we have two very important factors. First is fixed cost, the cost which will not be altered. And kindly keep it in your mind. This fixed cost in this question, you have already in your mind that, let's go back to the question. This 500 they have paid. It's a lifetime payment, $500. It means if he will buy this device, he will have to pay $500. Now, if this tracker has been used for 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 year, this cost will not be altered as it has already been paid. So this is fixed cost, and our definition is exactly following and determining this fixed cost. Fixed cost which will not be altered by changing the number of units. You can see that the tracker price would not be altered by the course of time. What does that mean? No matter how many months this tracker would be used, this 500 is already paid. So that is why it has been considered as your fixed cost. Kindly make your mind to understand this fact. Okay, come over here. What elements we need? First, fixed cost, and we put it as FC. In our question, $500, the price of that particular equipment would be considered as your fixed cost. Next, we need to have CM per unit, and for that, CM is equal to contribution margin. And how do you calculate contribution margin? By subtracting your variable cost from sales. So first you will put sales and then you will subtract your variable cost. In this way you will be able to calculate your contribution margin. But please keep it in mind, we need to have CM per unit. So contribution margin per unit is needed. For that, please note it down. Same formula would be used but with a little twist. Sales per unit you will take and then you will subtract variable cost again per unit. In this way you can calculate your contribution margin per unit. So come over here, we need what? Sales per unit and variable cost per unit. So CM per unit would be determined according to questions requirement. Look over here, $35 per month is its saving. That's a kind of revenue. Please understand, it's not sales. It's a kind of revenue he is generating by uh, getting this device. So $35 per month he is receiving. This would be considered as revenue or sales per unit. So CM per unit needs sale or revenue per unit, and then you will subtract your variable cost per unit. Now here revenue per unit is $35 which we have determined, and let's go back to the variable cost. The cost which he is paying after each month is $20. So just consider it as variable cost. Why it is variable? Because if you will use this tracker for 1 month, cost would be 20. If you will use it for 2 months, cost would be 40. As you will increase your number of unit here are months. So as you will increase your number of unit, this cost would also be increased. So it would vary. That is why we have considered it as variable cost. Finally, we can put it on our calculator. So we have CM per unit as $15. In this way, our calculations have been completed. CM per unit has also been determined, that is 15. Now we can go to our formula. We need fixed cost. Fixed cost has already been calculated, 500, and you are going to divide it with CM per unit, which is 15. Finally, we can calculate our answer, 500 divided by 50. So we have got 33. It's what? Units. Since we have put the formula of break even in unit here are months. So finally we can say that these are break even months. Let's go back to the question and see what it is. This is first part of the question, and look over here. By hand answer is written 33rd month. That would be the month where Paul will get break even. What does that mean? It means for at 33rd month his whole cost will come back. It means 500, which was put as price, using this particular device for 33 months, its cost of 500 will return back to pocket of Paul. This was part A, which we have completed. And now let's go back and see what else he wants to calculate. Break even point in terms of months. 33rd we have used based on A. Should Paul have the tracker installed in his car? For that we will see whether it is profitable or it's not profitable. If it is profitable, we will say yes. Otherwise, if Paul will face loss in 3 years, we will not recommend it. He plans, okay, this word was plans. He plans to keep the car for another 3 years. It means how many months in 3 years? This is our B part we are going to solve. Total time period is 3 years, or you can say that 12 multiplied by 3 years. You can understand that in 3 years, how many months? 36 months. Okay, now understand this, what we are going to do. Total time period is 3 years or 36 months. Break even point is 33.333 months. It means even a single month more than that of 33.33 would be his profit. As at 33rd month his cost would be recovered and remaining everything would be surplus. So let's determine how many surplus months we have. For this, total months you will take and then you will subtract break even months. So in this way you will calculate your surplus months. These were just calculations. Now here you will determine how many total months he will drive. 3 years it was said. Total time period is 3 years, or total months we have 36, and then you will subtract break even months, which were 33.3333. What we will calculate from here? Surplus months. That means months after break even points. So let's calculate them. 36 minus 33.33333. So we have got our surplus months. We can write over here surplus months. Now how much saving he will have in these months? For saving, what we will do, surplus months you will get and will multiply saving each month. To determine saving each month, come over here. As you know that we have contribution margin format income statement where we see sales and then we subtract variable cost with which we determine how much is your contribution margin. Here there will be a little change. In place of sales, what we will use revenue or saving a month, and then you will subtract your variable cost. This way you will have your saving per month. From our older formula, you subtract your variable cost from sales. This way you will get your contribution margin or profit. The same you have, I'm just going to delete it. And this way you have got your next answer where you will subtract your variable cost from revenues. You will get saving per month. Now please let me know how much revenue each month. $35 he was saving. Look over here, $35 right over here, and variable cost was 20. Saving per month is 50. This we have already discussed. The contribution margin, which was calculated above. Look over here, revenues minus variable cost 15. The same way we have determined that each month he would be saving $15. How many surplus months? 2.667. 2.6666, as many times as you can write, just write down. These are surplus months and saving each month is $15. So in this way, these 2.66 are months and each month he is saving $15. Statement is completed. Now we can put it on our calculator, multiply by 15. So we have got how many dollars? $40 would be considered as surplus. Now if you are not getting this point, let me know. We can understand it very well. So what is happening? For that, again, you must have a good concept of break even in terms of unit. This answer 33.33 months is showing that his total cost of 500 would be recovered in 33 months. At this stage, all costs would be recovered and profit or earning or revenue or saving would be equalized to its cost. He had invested $500. After 33.33 months, this cost would be recovered. It means all benefit is at zero level, no profit, no loss. But if he will drive his car or if he will use this device more than that of 33.3 months, that would be his saving, that would be his profit. So in this way, if he will drive this car for 3 years, he will save $40 in 3 years, because at 33.33 months there would be break even point. These 2.66 months are excessive and each month he will save $15, with which total $40 would be saved as surplus. Now you will make the decision. I should not be involved in it. If it was a live lecture, live means in a classroom, this decision would have been made by you. Now you will decide whether he should put this device in his car or not. Obviously, you can say that in 3 years he will get $40 additional saving from investment of $500. So you will say yes, he should go for this device. Let's get back to the question. And here I want to show you second answer was surplus $40. And look at over here, you have saved $40. Answer has been matched and verified. And third was the decision whether to go for it or not. And you can see our third answer is also yes. So first answer, 33 are the break-even months at which his cost would be recovered. B point was how much he will save in 3 years. We have calculated accordingly. In 33.33 months, it would be a break-even point, but he is using this car for 36 months, 2.66 extra months he will drive. And for these 2.66 months, he will get $40 extra saving. This was your B point. And in B part, we were also supposed to take the decision since he is saving, no matter few dollars he is saving, but this decision is favorable, fruitful and profitable for him. So you will say, yes, this device should be purchased. In this way, our question number 13.5 has been completed. No matter solution is in front of you, all answers are reviewed, answers and questions are matched, uh, everything is in front of you, but even then I am offering you, if you still have anything misunderstood or you are feeling any difficulty to understand, you are very open to share your question and queries through messages, text, or you can directly contact me as well. I will surely be available instantly to answer your questions, inshallah. 13.5 is completed. Hopefully we will be meeting soon again for the solution of any other question in future. Up till then, please take care of yourself, and I'm requesting you to please pray for me as well. Thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.